Kia ora from Aotearoa. It's Poppy here with the current 9th wave Mayan sacred calendar energies of unity consciousness. And this day wave is in the energy of 3 Eagle, which is the 3rd day of the reed trecena. So we're gaining the highest perspective regarding what is seen, fueled by the heart of community collaboration. We're activated in joining others for the highest and best dynamics of common unity for self, at home, and in community. Adjusting our gaze to see global perspectives through natural sight, rising above limits and constraints of our former lives, especially from the effects of domination through those who overpower from prescribed societal and narrow worldview that dictate conformity and control. Action and communication, especially regarding rising up for causes in caring and compassionate communities that honour and support authentic soul expression, where all are valued and no one is marginalised. Rising with the intelligence of Creator. As we soar on life's currents and thermals, we may feel the presence of Great Spirit. Freedom and energy liberates us to take flight on even wings. We are being uplifted on wings of trust and hope. The energy of reed is dominant in both the day wave and the night wave that follows in H reed, as you can see there on the graph to the right. Our connection with Creator and nature guides our perspectives and adjusts our sight towards their global vision. We may rise and transform humbly, surrendering our limitations. We may clearly see into the spirit world and communicate with our ancestors who support our flights of freedom. You may have noticed that has become far more accessible lately. There's been a lot of that energy that we have just come out of. So the death energy is also very strong in this day wave as it was in the night wave. And the full moon, which will be a partial eclipse, is in 6 knife, and that's a reflective flow of clarity and transparency as we cut away limits. And they might be addictions, they may be anything that has sort of kept us caught in that old reality that we are becoming free of. Very liberating. And then the 9-day phase will be in 12 seed. So as we mature in awareness, we multiply fertile new seeds filled with vital life force. We call that Maori. In Maori language, it's the word Maori. It's got a beautiful energy. I love it. We may network from wherever we are grounded with Mother Earth, even if we live itinerant lives, travelling and seeding awareness wherever we are and wherever we go, just naturally from our authentic presence and soul expression. Many people are actually itinerant at the moment, and I was 8 years homeless, and I really knew that reality, very aware that wherever I went, I was still in my authenticity as much as I could, reclaiming it and growing and removing so much from out of my life that I hadn't even remembered. And so we're all doing this. Peace, love, and understanding as we reach towards the nourishment of the sun's light and the nurturing that is uptaken through our roots, including the compost and decay of past experience that is transforming. So our old lives, what's no longer necessary, becomes like compost and decay, which actually nourishes the seeds of awareness that we have now. So those seeds are actually raised up out of our past experience as well. So we can be very grateful for our pasts, which is very healthy when we get to that point. But it certainly helps having the big overview of the eagle to be able to see what that big perspective is. We may call back lost parts and strengthen our authenticity, and we may share the natural abundance that we produce. And the trecenas of this day wave, so we're starting off in reed, which is about unity and community, happening naturally through those who have chosen to purpose their lives for a new earth life and living. We birth it and we co-create it together. It is a collective consciousness. Then we will move into the death trecena near the end of the DAYWAVE, and this is very much transformation, death, birth and rebirth, and surrendering without defeat. So there was actually a lot of literal human death in the last 9-day phase, which was in 7 death, and there could well be more. So understanding the soul purpose, that when a soul is complete, they will leave, and it's a much bigger picture than we can see. So from the height of eagle, we're actually able to see things with a much clearer perspective, from a grander view, and just not be fearful. Right, so looking at the daily energies, of course we started off with 3 eagle, which we're just finishing that energy now. And then tomorrow is going to be 4 owl. And this is about stabilization and newly forming structure based on sovereign wisdom. And we will all have been experiencing where we're kind of caught up in non-sovereign ways. But as together, we can actually start to create more sovereign ways of being, especially as the system will continue to crumble and fall over, and that we're finding that the governments actually will support their own, but there's a whole lot of the population that is kind of being picked off in some places and ways, as we've been seeing over in the United States, where people have been left in crises to die, really. But again, that's also in that energy of death, so yeah, it's huge. Then we go to 5 earth, empowerment through accessing knowledge through Mother Earth and our matter. We are formed by the same kind of matter, so actually all knowledge is accessible to us at any time. I just ask Creator, please show me this and show me that, and it always comes through. It might take a little bit longer. I may need to sort some things out on the way, but it will come through. And then 6 knife, the partial lunar eclipse. The flow of the knife blade both reflects and cuts away what is no longer necessary for common unity. 7 storm. Time to reflect in the centre of the storm, perhaps in collaboration with others, as chaos whips around us but can no longer affect us. Ultimately, it's healthy to be with Soul Tribe. It's healthy to be with others, and it can be harsh when that's not there. But as we continue to heal our own lives, we may draw that in and magnetize it to us. We are the only ones that are responsible for our reality, and at times it can feel really savage, like it's almost militant, the lessons that we have to learn, and we can feel very outcast and left out in the cold until we heal what is that energy that caused that in the first place, and it will go back to a trauma. And when we clear those traumas, then that affects our reality, and we can start to attract in more health and our soul tribe around us. Then 8 sun, and we are integrating the justice received through the recent exposure and enlightenment, while the sun was flaring furiously throughout the recent sun trecena. The sun really came through. I was expecting that we would have quite a lot more sun activity and during that phase, and we sure did. And we can also have a lot more in this big solar cycle, which is bringing a lot more exposure and enlightenment to all of humanity, all of us. It can literally feel like we've been brought to our knees at times. It can be very humbling. It's kind of like burning away aspects of the personality that just don't serve anymore. 9 crocodile. We collaborate in birthing new consciousness and releasing old cycles, especially regarding the protection of our young, marginalised and vulnerable ones. Then 10 wind. The challenge of self-expression to honestly communicate, guided by Wairua, or Great Spirit, the Holy Spirit, Prana, Chi, or whatever it is that is sacred, and that is that sacred and dynamic presence that's known as to you. There's many words, there's many ways, and language has been something that has confused humanity a lot. I think when we finally get back to this place, it'll take time, but empathy and telepathy and things like that, we will really that will be the ultimate and honest communication, and nothing can be hidden from one another, and nothing need be, because we will have pure intentions for one another in this sort of new earth reality. 11, night. This is dynamic movement that connects us with nature's dream and will to create an abundance of life with our faith in source or creator. And then the new 9-day phase will be 12 seed. This is where we are wisely spreading prolific seeds of awareness, the vital, fertile life force kind. And we'll be networking with community and sharing abundance, ultimately. Then 13, serpent. This completes the reed trecena with rising sensual passion. And it's also within the 9-day phase. So it can be quite sort of like sexual, sensual energy. So mastering ours is something that we can do. I've always found yoga is to be something that I really enjoy, to keep the energy flowing freely inside my body and my being. So we are flowing in alignment with source light energies for justice, transformation and rebirth from inside of ourselves physically, and we also will see that outside. Then the new trecena of death starts, and this will be about perceiving great transformation with spiritual clarity, guidance and sensitivity, awareness and connection with our ancestors who are cheering us on from beyond a very thin veil. And I think, more and more people are starting to see that it is a very thin veil now. And I've been aware of my parents in spirit cheering me on and really wanting to see the ancestral trauma completed and finished. And so beyond that life and beyond the personality, our ancestors are just pure spirit, and they come across in quite a different way than with the personality. And we're here with our personalities and working things out as we go. And the next one is 2, deer. And this is balancing polarity into unity, naturally dissipating nefarious influences as we each contribute towards a natural global vision. And it was really lovely to see people that were dissipating chemtrails and things like that, and it really taught me, the person who was really putting out that really taught me that yes, we do have that power. Sometimes we forget our power in different aspects, and so I encourage this, as we get together. And for me, it's all prayer with creator, and these things happen, and as a group we can do the best and the highest for that global vision. 3, star. This is harmony like music, is activating as we each contribute our unique tone to the all, like a musical universe. So every tone, everybody's key contributes to this composition. It's like an orchestra. So let's shine our true soul star brightness unashamedly. 4, water. By offering forgiveness to healing fires of unconditional love and acceptance, we free ourselves of attachments and bindings and structure the waters more healthily in ourselves and in conscious connection with Mother Earth's waters too. I actually love spending time with the water. Intention is carried in water. I love to add my prayers to the water and let them mix and surge and mingle with Mother Earth's waters as well, feeling that oneness and that connectedness. 5, dog. We are empowered in soul tribe collaboration and the heightened perspectives that bring justice and protection through soul, tribe, loyalty, and trueness of heart. Look, excuse me, I sometimes stumble on my words. I have had a reading disability, and the more I've been doing this journey work, the more easily my reading ability has been coming back. But it was really rough for a while, and I could read very little. So I do stumble a little bit when it does come to reading. So that's what that's about, and it's also why I wear the strange coloured glasses, which I have a filter to block out all that surging sort of energy that I see, especially in places like libraries and public spaces and malls and things like that, where the energy is actually there, that is more disharmonic. Yeah. Then we've got 6 monkey. Our playfulness, curiosity, and artfulness flows through time and space, dynamically developing intuitive and purely loving magic. Illusions are banished and vanish, and the innocent are becoming free. Yes, I still pray and work for the children, and that they may be free, and what happened to many others and me will not happen to them anymore in this new creation that we are collaborating with together. And then the last day, 7 Road, is the final day of the DAYWAVE, where heightened perspectives connect us with a new global vision that is our destiny as we choose. It's always our choice. It's always our choice what we connect with, where our energy goes. And I'm very grateful that I finally was able to choose in a way that is best for me and best for creation as I see it. So this is an intuitive perspective of the 9th wave, true time sacred Mayan calendar energies, in connection with Mother Earth, who's the life force source and planetary materialization of consciousness, and Father Sky, the source of the energetic light frequencies from the cosmic axis. Now, the cosmic axis, also known as the axis mundi, is what the Maya acknowledge as the world tree where time is seeded from. So that's explaining why I use this term cosmic axis that someone had a little problem with recently. Yeah, not that I have to explain, but sometimes it helps to just give a little bit more of an understanding on that. And I focus on the highest potential that the energies may bring with when I look into these day waves. That's the sort of the focus and the direction. I used to be looking a lot more at the negative aspects, but it's actually really time now to focus on the highest potential that these energies can bring. And so that's my dedication in presenting what I am, what I pray about with Creator to bring. Yeah, so these messages will connect with a few, and together we are strong. And intended for entertainment purposes, let's entertain the unified field with our consciousness. So much love to you.